By the end of the 2022 Formula One season, Mick Schumacher was left without a seat. 2023 now provides a new type of challenge for Mick Schumacher, which is being a reserve driver for the Mercedes F1 team, which is one of the strongest teams that we've had in the past generations. I believe in 2024, Mick Schumacher will be back on a team, and I will even specify what team I think he will be back on. Mick Schumacher is not a bad driver, and worser drivers have had seats for longer periods of time. For example, like a Nicholas Latifi, but Mick Schumacher also comes with some money because of his name and the brands that follow him, like Under Armour and the 1-in-1 brand. He's also a driver that has proven that he has the ability to compete with others. Throughout the 2022 season, he actually did compete with Kevin Magnussen for most of the season and was very competitive with Kevin, especially in the second half of the season. While the first half of the season did have its ups and downs with crashes that shouldn't have happened, he also was pretty unlucky in a lot of races. Bahrain being your typical first answer is because, Kevin Magnussen finished 5th there while Mick was out of the points in 11th. But nobody really talks about that. He was spun on the first lap in an incident that shouldn't have even involved himself. Mick Schumacher was even being scouted throughout the whole entire season by different teams. The specific team that I am going to talk about today is Alphatauri, who ended up actually signing for the 2023 season Nick de Vries. Franz Tost even talks about signing Mick Schumacher if it wasn't for the Ferrari Academy being involved into the whole entire mess with Mick Schumacher. But by the end of the season, Mick did end up actually leaving the Ferrari Academy, which I think was the right choice because clearly he wasn't improving with the Ferrari Academy and Haas didn't even want to keep him for the 2023 season. I think Haas is making a big mistake because sure, Nico Hülkenberg brings you the more experience, but Mick is a driver that they could have developed together to actually make a way stronger driver than any of the potential that they have with Nico and Kevin. Kevin and Nico are both out of their primes. They're drivers that are there for solid points, don't get me wrong. They could be the drivers that end up actually finishing more races than Mick, but Mick could be the driver that ends up getting you a podium or a surprise win or whatever else. I'm trying to say that the performances from Mick will be a lot higher than they will from the other two drivers that are in Haas currently. Toto Wolff even saw the potential in him to grab him as a reserve driver. He even talks about the Schumacher name being a big family name in Mercedes due to Michael Schumacher being one of the biggest reasons that Mercedes developed into the amazing car that it is. They brought him in for that reason and for that purpose really only. He was retired and older, and obviously we weren't going to get the same Michael that we got from years in the past. So he came to that Mercedes team to develop the car, work on the car, develop the team, and really get the team into a spot to where they can call themselves now Formula One champions for 8 years almost in a row. I feel like Mick will provide that role of helping the team, being there, but gaining a lot of experience from Lewis Hamilton and George Russell himself, who has actually been in a weaker team and gone to a stronger team. That Alphatauri spot will open up by the end of the season, with Tost already talking about it and not really getting too much back from Red Bull. But he could be getting the backing from it now, Toto Wolff being a little bit of a key part. Look at what Toto Wolff did for Esteban Ocon. Ocon was out of Formula One for a year, comes back, and now is actually one of the most solid drivers on the grid. The same will happen for Mick. I feel like Mick's potential is still there. He's super young, he has a lot to prove, and I don't see a reason why he should not be in the Formula One sport. I particularly see him taking Yuki Tsunoda's Alphatauri spot if Yuki does not perform well in 2023. If Nick de Vries beats Yuki, that's Mick taking the Alphatauri spot and lining himself up for maybe a bigger seat in the future with Red Bull, which would be an insane feature for Mick Schumacher himself. He has proven that he can score points well, and he has proven that he can drive the car really well. Is there much more that needs to be proven for Mick Schumacher? I don't think so. I think that this is a driver who deserves another chance in the sport and will get that other chance in the sport. But let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of Mick Schumacher? Do you think he should join the Formula One grid again and have another opportunity considering the 2022 season and 2021 season? Please let me know your thoughts down below. Please leave a like, subscribe. It would mean the world, and peace.